Hello there, and welcome back to Corey Loses, where today we are once again continuing with our Thrawn's Revenge Imperial Civil War 2.3 preview playthrough as the Corporate Sector Authority. In the last episode, we took some planets from Zinj. I'm just going to get those fluffies out of the way. So we took a few planets from Zinj, and that's basically what our early goal here is, to fight Warlord Zinj as much as we can, because he seems to be losing on a few fronts now. So we have our stuff kind of fortified over here. We are going to try to take Mon Calamari and leave Hast as a New Republic sanctuary planet. Still don't have the icons in, but those will be going in very soon, and that'll make everything a bit easier to organize for us here. But we will start off by queuing up on Cowron. Let's get nothing, because this is our income, not our credits. Never mind. There's that allegiance that keeps popping up places. Let's make sure we have a Pathfinder. We don't. This the Gozanti? Yeah, these are the Gozantis. Good Pathfinders for us. Yeah. Oh. Let's go kill that allegiance. On Cowron, I'm gonna get that stuff. And there we go. So that works for me. And maybe we'll go from Telos to Yavin. We know that Zinj is going to be hanging around Dathomir because that is what Iron Fist is basically told to do. It'll be used in some plans or some AI attacks and stuff, but he's primarily told to hang around at Dathomir. I almost said Yavin. I did just say Yavin, but it wasn't in the context that I was going to say Yavin. So let's drop in a couple of Lucre Hulks. Got those two. I may sell some of the regular units so I can buy some of the patron units a little faster. Okay, there we go. With a lot of skip rays, I'm not that worried about the allegiance. And we'll send in Jonah Grumby. Armed and ready. One of the things with the CSA is that they don't have many mid-range capital ships, the kind of thing you'd expect, like an ISD or something that are 1,600 meters. They have their bigger frigates are things like the Recusant and the Bulwark 1, which are 1,100 meters and 1,000 meters. I think the Recusant's around there. And then they have basically nothing, and you jump up to the next thing is the Invincible at 2,000 meters. Then you have like the Bulwark 2 or Bulwark 3 at 2,500. Lucre Hulk at I think Lucre Hulks are 2,800 or 31. I think it's 28. But so yeah, they're smaller ships and then a few much bigger ships. They may end up getting the Bulwark 2 at some point, which is probably closer to like 1,700 meters. But I don't know if we want to put all three on one faction, because the CIS is going to get the Bulwark 1 and 2. CASA will probably just stick with 1 and 3 and figure out from there. We could always do the 2 and 3 instead of 1 and 3, but we'll see what ends up happening with them. Between the two mods, we're going to have all three coded somewhere, so it's not too much of an issue to swap them around as necessary. But most of the space units for the CSA are done anyways. It's just the
location confirmed.
What's it called? The Eddie Light Cruiser, and then there's two fighters that are still not done: the T-Wing and the Mankfim 418.
Reinforcements en route. Navigating to coordinates. Reinforcements en route.
And let's pop Wraith in here.
Reinforcements en route.
The lasers are our target.
Roger that.
Took a lot of damage off of the entry there. Sending Grumby there. Sloan. Oh, nope, Sloan over here. Thank you.
Ready for action. I'm in a tight spot. Getting a lock.
We can still put in more Lucre Hulks.
How about a little help? Reinforcements en route. Can anyone else see him? Reinforcements en route. Where are you? Reinforcements can
I think probably tonight I'll work on getting in some of the icons at least, if not all of them.
I can't take another hit like that.
We'll probably be getting Code User to do better ones, but
Send the coordinates.
just for now so that in the playthrough there's at least something. Otherwise it can be pretty hard to tell what's going on.
Weapons ready. The lasers are our target.
Stay in formation. Get behind them.
Our target priority is the laser.
Then I'll probably also work on some of the ranges for ground units tonight as well.
The lasers
Tonight being Saturday, so recording this the day before it goes up. Feels like the most responsible way to, I guess the most responsible way to do it would be even further in advance. But I've been trying to not record with ICW and specifically. I don't like to record too far in advance because it's always preview stuff. So the longer I wait, the more new stuff there is, or the more polished it gets. It's a fine line to walk.
Where's the target?
Hey, oh, thought we destroyed it. Not quite. Okay, so our ground units are on the way. Tangren is still building up. We'll use 1,000 of these credits to... Oh, you
Building under construction.
guys. Why you gotta do this? We'll probably have to take some time after we take Yavin to just hang back and build up some of our forces. Do we have,
Tactical battle imminent.
Oh, okay. I see how it is. We can try to use the ion cannon along with some of the garrisons to do it.
There they are. Blast them.
Alright, so that did half of that.
Time to go? I can't see anything in this nebula. I can't see anything in this nebula. Starting attack position. Ready for command, sir. Nebula locked. Ready for action. Station ready.
We can at least keep Akbar back a little bit. I don't know...
Orbital command available.
Yeah, so the CSA stations aren't set up with the stuff.
I'm under attack. How about some action? I'm hit. Where's our cover?
We have the fighter garrisons, which are just 795s and skip rays. But we don't have the ship garrison set up yet.
How about a little help?
Space station down.
Decoding transmission. I'm not paid enough for this.
Yeah, this is
Where are you?
this isn't gonna work for us. Could try to send those back. We do have a bulwark there. Okay, do we have any infantry here at all? 20 jail speeders, strike breakers. No, we don't.
Recruiting soldiers.
Let's just get a bunch of Espos there. Espos, that's the best thing to do. And then we'll also get Shunan's Party Poopers and Pinkerton, which I believe are both strike breakers. But we won't be able to actually take Yavin yet.
Adjusting course.
Okay, hold on. We can get this with just these guys. They backed off,
The enemy is
they backed
approaching.
off Akbar. Or retreated him, if you want to So this is what the baby bulwark one looks like. They're not all giant weird fish. Some are small weird fish.
Frigate reporting.
Gladiator at your command. Heavy cruiser standing by. All ahead.
Sure. Okay, so these are our 2 war pods. Raybird. These are both war pod squadrons. Okay, no, so this IRD-A? Need to do the text for the IRD fighter. I didn't think the IRDs were actually in yet, so I didn't do the text for them. But that'll be another thing I can probably just finish off tonight.
Eliminating target. Ready for battle. Getting a lock.
Dreadnought cruiser ready. Fire for
Weapons
impact.
armed.
Roger that. For the Empire.
Reporting in, sir. Firing, sir. Heavy cruiser standing by. Gladiator at your command. Heading there now, sir.
Yes. Open fire. Stay in formation. Enemy spotted.
Alright, let's hit these quasars first. Sensation will be back off. You can come forward a little bit. Take out that.
Assault frigate here.
If we can get the CR-90 down, that'll be helpful for taking out more of the fighters. Well, I think they're all out, so it doesn't really matter. Now that that's down, we can at least take out Elor.
Ready. Target in sight.
Definitely not the easiest name to pronounce.
Roger that. Warm up.
Okay, now it's just the Quasar left. Their fighters would win against our fighters, but we
Initiating attack.
just gotta worry about those. Good job, us.
Reporting.
Constructing.
Alright, so we'll build that back up.
Construction complete. System lost.
Which system did we lose?
Reporting.
Gowron, Transcendencies. I guess we got it immediately back somehow?
Reporting.
I guess because the construction continued? That bug that pops up sometimes in the AW? I don't know.
Reporting.
I am not sure what just went on.
Beginning construction. Enemy fleet approaching.
No! Telos, of course. I want to split these guys up a little bit. What else did I put over there? Oh, there it is. Another invincible. We don't need that. You guys stay over here. And we'll just retreat out of there, and we'll send that fleet that still has all the heroes over.
The enemy has been spotted.
I copy.
Lander ready.
Preparing for jump to light speed.
All right. Yeah, so we'll at least be able to... We'll have 2 okay fleets at this point.
Unit in production.
Let's get... Nope, I wanted
Construction.
the second shipyard level. So what we'll try to do is leave this fleet at Liana, and then if we see DeSevero getting invaded, we can move them back.
Tactical battle imminent.
And that's fine. So,
Construction complete.
get our army back over here. And let's get our Espos over here. Why can they not...
Tactical battle imminent.
Call it a nebula? Oh, the Empire.
System lost.
Moving out.
You go into here.
System control achieved. Beginning construction.
We may end up needing to...
Tactical battle imminent.
do we get... No, I don't think the CSA one gets garrisons yet. I don't know if I did them at the same time. I didn't. That's more money down the drain.
Tactical situation unfavorable. Retreat. System lost.
Proceeding.
Take it back before any real damage is done. Because they shouldn't have anything too big there. I think it's just the one infantry squad. Nope.
Invasion commencing.
Reporting. Moving out. Advancing.
Choose your reinforcements.
Squad, move out. Right away, sir.
We've secured a landing zone.
It's just Plex troopers, so I think if we
Moving out. On my way.
land a couple of these guys, yeah, they're gone. My planet.
System control achieved. Beginning construction. Building cancelled.
Let's take Sereno now that we have
Construction complete.
those guys cleared. And
Building
get that
started.
back. Oh boy. They're starting to build up a lot more.
Enemy unit sighted.
Did I lose my Gozantes? It must have gone somewhere. Right. Oh, Rancor base is here. Right, we put it here because Sereno's technically the capital of Zinja's empire before he gets Dathomir. So we'll probably end up putting a more traditional capital for Zinj and then using
So many targets, so little time.
this Rancor base as an extra thing he can get only on Dathomir, rather than using it as a standard capital.
Instructions received.
Reporting. I'm on it.
Which one is this? Is this Unrepentant? Yeah. And we do have a new model for the Cardan, which we use in Ascendancy as the starbase for the Imperials,
Get over here
which
and
will be
tell
coming
me,
into ICW. Instead of every Imperial faction having the Valadusha,
Take out
in addition to using it for Rancor base, we'll be using it as the defensive structure for probably half of the Imperial factions. The main Empire, Zinj, and Araidu, I think. No, not Araidu. Now, Druid?
I'm under attack.
I'm not 100% sure, but then the PA and Araidu are going to be sticking with Valadusha.
target is those iron cannons.
That way it's not the same for all of them. Add a little bit more variety between the factions.
Changing course to intercept.
Destroy the enemies. Take out the iron
Armed
cannons.
and ready. Weapons charged.
The lasers are our target. your command.
They've got us targeted.
Ready for battle.
How about a little help?
Alright, nice. I'm gonna send these skip rays on, get them attacking there.
Reporting in. Ready for duty. Roger that. Frigate reporting.
Kryn always seems to get the brunt of the fire. Let's go for those Raptors with their Z95s. Clearly equal fighters. And you head up this way. So when I did the patron units, I basically said that skip rays would count for 2 fighter slots because they're so powerful. And even then, we still ended up with a lot of skip rays. So in general, when you're playing the CSA, the skip rays will be a bit more rare than this.
I got fighters on me.
Awaiting your command.
The Citadel's over here as well.
Get over here and help.
Go for those.
Cover.
We got more. These are war pods. Gonna send them for Rancor base.
I'm hit. They've got us targeted. Where'd he come from? How about a little help?
Few CR90s causing problems over there.
Can anyone else see him?
These guys are some kind of IRD.
Where are you? Ah, I can't take
Our
another hit
target
like that.
priority is the laser cannons.
Someone cover me.
Weapons
I
armed.
got fighters
Form
on
up.
me. Get over here and help. I'm under attack. I'm hit.
Cannons
They've got
armed.
us targeted.
And I'll probably put the poll up soon on Patreon for which preview series we're going to do next, which faction we're going to do next for a preview. 'Cause I like to start those around the beginning of a campaign, and then I kind of know what to direct some of the work for, or work towards for the next thing.
I got fighters on me.
It doesn't really change what we do, it just sometimes shifts around some of the priorities.
I'm losing my engine.
Awaiting order.
Getting torn
Waiting
apart. I'm in a
Because it all needs to get done, and just what order the factions are covered doesn't really tend to matter beyond what's being shown off at any given time.
sharp cover. How about a little
I'm
help?
thinking it'll possibly end up being the Empire, because there's going to be a bit more work to the air system that I need to do,
Roger that.
and that'll definitely need to be tested. But I think what everyone else is doing is a bit more universal. It's either work on the CSA, which we're already covering right now, or like what Rogue does for mapping. That's going to be in whichever GC. Bob mostly works, or is doing some AI touch-ups,
Get over here and
which will
help.
apply wherever,
I'm running out of maneuvers.
and working on the
I'm losing my engine. I'm
The
getting
missile
torn apart.
launchers are the primary target.
the GC editor, along with Pox. And technically me, I'm there-ish sometimes.
A little help. Ready for action. Attack.
Commander, they're hitting us.
I'm in a tight spot. Can anyone else see him? Shoot him down. Where are you? Where's our cover?
Alright, I'm going to try to focus a bit more on these fighters.
Send the coordinates.
Formation.
Fire.
Draw their fire. Die squadron.
I can't take another hit like that.
Formation.
Taking out the missile launchers.
You can get into range.
I've got them in my sights.
Someone cover me.
Go after the stragglers. Enemies in range.
The other thing with the CSA ships being large and old is that they don't actually take up that much pop cap. Like the Luke Hawk takes up 20. These guys currently take up 12. And I forget what, 21? So yeah, they're... In terms of firepower, they take up proportionally the same amount, but for size, there's not as much firepower per unit of size. So you end up having a few more large ships,
Here and help.
which can sometimes make it a bit clustery. So Kryn, take out the base. Looks like we cleared out those fighters pretty well. So you guys come over here and help her.
Awaiting instructions.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Standing by.
The other thing that kind of sucks about doing the playthroughs is that with the patron units, they don't use the varied Z levels.
Under attack.
So when the same units of the same type are on different Z planes, so rather than all the Lucre Hawks being on one level, they'd be on a few different ones.
They've got us targeted.
which is something that's in the mod. It's just because it's based on a Lewis script, it doesn't get applied to the patron units and heroes. It doesn't get applied to those either, ever.
Order confirmed. Destroy the shield generator.
Nowhere to run. Where'd he come from? Where's the target? This is bad. Can anyone else see him?
There we go. There's Rancor base.
I'm not paid enough for this.
Iron Fist is nearby.
I can't take another hit like that. Someone cover me.
Intercepting. I got one. Locking on. Enemies in range.
All right. Not bad. Gotta hope we don't get attacked too much. Then we'll just stay parked on Sereno until we have stuff built up here. Because at least with Sereno we can build up more defenses. With some of the other planets, it's not quite as defensible. Once we have 2, maybe 3 fleets of like 70 pop cap each, it's a little bit better. One of you guys get the officer to head up there. Can you head up there? There it is. Looking in the wrong area, I guess.
Yes, sir. Choose your reinforcements.
Get the air attack and some X10s. And we'll get... Oh, there were B1s here the whole time. I just didn't see them.
Setting course.
Thanks, icons.
Roger, sir. It's them. Move out.
Those guys they are. Oh no. No! He's dead.
Gargantuan ready.
Battalion standing by. Weapons loaded.
Reporting in. Right away.
Escape ready. Give me a target.
Yeah, that ability needs to go away.
Roll out.
Move you back there.
Warm up. Moving to that area, sir.
I'm gonna get a repair platform there for these guys.
Ready. Pirates in
Your
air.
transmission.
But we can actually send the air attack up to the bridge.
Copy.
The X10s in front, ideally.
Awaiting orders. Fallout troops.
Okay, stay there.
Move out. Let's
Stay in the
go.
neighborhood, rather.
Copy. Keep
I
going.
don't want you actually on the thing, because we need to build on the thing.
I copy. This way.
And air attack, move forward. Here we go.
Reporting.
I don't think we're gonna get anything for this, but we'll go and try to grab it.
Your orders. Moving into position.
How can I serve the Alliance?
Roger that.
Just imagine he's talking about like the corporate alliance or something.
Order
Which isn't
acknowledged.
technically part of
Yes, Commander.
the CSA, but after the Clone Wars, all the corporate alliance assets got sold off to the CSA, so it's closer.
Engaging target.
Construction complete.
Order, sir. Moving out. Reporting.
Form up.
Yeah, hold on. Nope, I want all of you over here. And let's hit.
Time to go.
This is the Moth Palace, so let's hit that.
Commence. Awaiting.
Okay, you guys are ready? Get over here. No, take out the turret, please. Just use those giant turbo lasers. Thank you.
Choose your reinforcements.
And now that we're here, I think we're gonna grab a strike breaker or two, and the Espo walkers up against some of the raptors.
Heading to destination.
Moving to secondary position.
You guys get over here.
Squad, move out.
I'm gonna send these guys back to our repair platform.
Right away.
Reporting in. Engage.
Yes, sir. I've got them on scopes. Yes, Commander. Yes, sir.
I suppose you can get over this way as well. Find out why they're so far apart.
Lantern standing by.
That'll need to change a little bit.
Receiving your transmission.
The formation spacing or whatever is way too big.
Ready for your orders, sir. Return standing by. There they are. Moving out. Heading out. Weapons
Get
loaded.
back to them.
Aerial
Oh,
artillery.
I want you guys to kill them specifically. You guys I want to get medical attention.
Let's move out. Time order.
Arrow back. Let's orbitally bombard these guys. They'll come out of the thing again, but I'll still feel better.
I'm at your disposal.
Much like the Techno Union Army.
Ready for orders. Engines activated.
How can I serve the Alliance? Let's get them.
Roger that. Target acquired. On my way.
I guess the other thing I do need to work on is getting stuff ready for if we're going to show off some Fall of the Republic next week too. Because most of the work,
What's the plan?
it's there, but it's not really done in a way that's organized quite for playing yet. So I just need to get some more of the GC setup done. We're probably at the point where we should be starting on that soon anyways.
Awaiting orders. Ready to receive orders.
Let's
Copy.
Copy. I copy. Scanning
let's back up a little bit.
target. Unit destroyed.
Construction complete.
Reporting. Ready.
You guys are good.
Going.
Roger.
You guys are as good as you're gonna get. We'll let the strike breakers take the lead here.
Reporting. Moving out.
Available.
How about some action? They're as good as God.
Warm up. Target lock activated. This way. Awaiting orders.
You take out the AV turrets. You guys can kill these when they're coming over. And now go for that.
Yes, sir.
The fourth order acknowledged. What are your orders?
Roll out. Deploying. Yes, sir. Random targeting. Aligning. Covering fire.
If you come up the hill a bit, that's probably will do more for you. Get out of there. Or don't. Okay, now do. Now get out of there. No!
Aerial artillery reporting.
They missed too much.
Squadron moving out.
Suppressive fire. Gargantuan ready. Coordinates confirmed.
Okay, over the bridge. As long as we can keep more infantry away from that building, we won't be able to cap it back.
Your orders? Almost there.
Carm belt Iblis here.
Roger that.
Form up. Heading
Don't
out.
stay still. You stayed still.
Awaiting orders.
Reporting in.
Awaiting orders.
Open fire.
Attack the target.
I read you. Draw their fire.
Moving to secondary
There we go. In universe, Zinj went and took over the CSA. We're getting reverse canon revenge here.
I copy. Reporting. Lancet proceeding.
How can I help?
Okay, now it's just the income structures. Yeah, so all their infrastructure was on planets that was,
Cut through them.
or that are basically just facing us. So
I'm at your disposal.
I copy.
a lot of that'll probably have to get adjusted. Lost the enforcers. We did kill Melvar.
System control achieved.
Alright, so let's put that there. It's going to be our economy now.
Beginning construction.
And that's another thing that we should get over here. Let's get...
Building under construction.
well, not there.
Cancelled.
Where did I get all of our other money? Severo. Is that really the best we can do? Probably better off on Bonadin. Yeah, once we're done using them for production, we'll probably move that.
Construction complete. Tactical battle imminent.
Oh, hi, Akbar. Okay. That's scarier. I don't want to deal with that. We have what? An Invincible, a Lucre Hulk. Let's give it a shot. We have an ion cannon there.
Tactical battle imminent.
So we can hang back and use the ion cannon enough. Let's go with Home 1 type that isn't Home
Choose your
1.
Reinforcements. Reinforcements en route. Reinforcements en route.
Okay, this is a standard Lucre Hulk, right? Yes. So standard complement.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Yes, sir. On our way. Engines to full.
Some of the patrons, I believe Brady was one of them,
Reinforcements cancelled.
who hate me,
Reinforcements en route.
want me to use, there's a bunch of the ships that have just Z95s
With all this sitting around.
for their complements. Those are probably not going to be the most useful.
Warm up.
So 3 capitals and a bunch of frigates, but a lot of fighters against
Cruiser standing by.
3 capitals. Better capitals, better fighters, but not quite as many.
Awaiting orders.
We have more overall meters here.
Copy.
Skip Ray reporting.
I copy. Ion engines primed. Deploying squadron. Right away.
IRDs over there. War pods.
Gladiator at your command.
Nope, you stop. Turn towards them.
Skip Ray blast boat here. Here we go.
Reporting.
Ion cannon available.
Okay, stop there. Those DP-20s. Which gliders do we have here? We have Corey Perit Sector, CSM, and Defense Station. We also have Penguin Strikes Back, and I believe Wraith for one of these guys. Yeah, that's Wraith.
Armed and ready.
We're already taking a beating here before their capitals even get in.
Target locked. Draw their fire.
So no dice on that. I thought we'd be able to do it, but without some dedicated anti-fighter here, I think that's going to be
Construction complete.
it's going to be a no right now. So let's get a... Where are they? Oh, they're on the second row. Rip. Goes on tease. So I guess let's get Mr. Porto as the best punch ever. Woo. I'll have to check which one that is. And we'll get Orthus here. And Proton Star. Alright. We'll get a barracks on top of that. So we can get a barracks and a light vehicle factory on Sereno. No, just a barracks, never mind. We can get the next level of shipyard next week. Let's actually take a second and check here. So the Empire has 32 and 17. They've actually gone down quite a few planets, so hold on. That's... seems to mostly be at the hands of the CSA. So they've taken Orbanir, Wistrel, Orinda, Oberdon, and Ord Mantell. The New Republic, 12 and 12. EA, 14 and 15. GM, 15 and 13. Zinj, 10 and 7. Araidu, 22 and 14. The Warlords are just starting forces. And we're at 15 planets, 10% military strength. One thing that I did learn is that the income abilities on structures don't update when you edit them within a save. So when they build a new one, it'll be the proper numbers for everything, but when they're using existing ones, it doesn't do anything. And so it does give them less money right now than it ultimately will. But what I did was I went in and I made sure the AI got a bit of an injection of cash to more closely represent what they would have had. So they do have some funds to work with now that they didn't before. And then as they start building stuff in the future, it'll start raising their income a bit, which you can see with, I think it was the Greater Maldrude I said that had... Yeah, their weekly income is up at 9,000 almost, because it seems like they took more planets recently. But anyways, I do think we are going to leave it there for today's episode. So the next episode should be coming out on Tuesday. The general plan for the series is going to be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. There will be some Tuesdays or Thursdays that don't have episodes if there's something else coming up. I'm thinking this Thursday, though, will be one of those days where we're probably, if I'm able to get everything sorted out, we're going to have the Fall of the Republic video instead of a CSA video. So hope you guys are looking forward to that, and I hope I'm able to get it done. But anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the series so far as well. And I will see you next time. Bye.